Welcome to another Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us this week on our Connection show. We try to do a show every Monday. Of course, during the holidays, we didn't have a lot going on for a few weeks there because everybody's doing something during Christmas and New Year's. So we're back to having a show every week, and we have organizations and people that contact us. We contact some of them, and they come in and talk about what's going on in their organizations and what's going on around our viewing area. We do appreciate all the organizations and individuals that come in and be on our show, and hopefully we can disseminate that information back out to the viewing audience, not only on our broadcast, but on TKO8.com, where we stream it to our website as well, and then we also try to get it on our social media to get that out there as well. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with a young man about a program that's very important to the area.
The New Year savings continue at Edwards Grocery. Check out these fantastic 2016 deals. USDA ground chuck, only $1.99 in the 10-pound tubes. Assorted bone-in chops, only $1.79 per pound. Selected varieties, Tombstone pizzas, 3 for $10. Florida Red Ripe strawberries, only $2.99 in the 1-pound package. And selected varieties, Swiss Miss hot cocoa mix, only 69 cents.
Edwards Grocery Station money.
Introducing two new families of ATVs from Yamaha, the all-new Grizzly and Kodiak 700. The new Grizzly offers increased power and performance to deliver more exploration and more adventure. The new Kodiak 700 features legendary Yamaha reliability for more productivity and more value. The all-new Grizzly and Kodiak 700 ATVs, all with more than ever before.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first guest in the studio today, a young man who's in the real estate business here in Harrison. I've known him for some time and know his parents. Travis Turner, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Dennis.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you having us.
Well, thanks for calling us, because I've been involved in some of the different things that's going on when it comes to the needs of particularly people that's less fortunate in this area. We've had a lot of organizations, and we have some really good organizations in this area that work to try to help when it comes to meals or clothing or lodging for the needy out there. Program that I want you to talk a little bit about today, Travis. It's called, well, what's PIT? P-I-T. What is PIT?
PIT, P-I-T, is actually a point in time, hence the P-I-T count that we do annually. It's every January, within the last 10 days of the month of January. This time was chosen by statistics that have been pulled together by the federal government. They pulled together numbers out of inner city areas like New York City, which generally in the last 10 days of January, more people that are homeless or in need are combined or pulled together within the community, and they're visiting the soup kitchens, they're within the shelters, sure. And so they're easier to count in inner city areas. With our particular PIT count, in our rural area, people are more spread out.
Yes.
They are out in the country, they're out in abandoned homes, and what we really need is for people's help to bring those people into the particular areas where our locations are for the count, for the events, and get a proper count on them so that we can get better funding to help assist these people that are in need.
So, are you getting ready to have some events? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
And some of the maybe just kind of go through those.
Yeah, we've got 4 different locations as of right now within 4 counties. Our particular group is actually, the PIT count is operated under the Hope Continuum, which is over 4 counties. We've got Newton County, Baxter County, Marion, and Newton County as well.
Okay.
So in Baxter County, we have the Salvation Army at 121 Highway 201 North in Mountain Home. That location is only going to be available for the Friday only. This count is actually going to run 24 hours from 8:30 a.m.
Now, what date is that?
On Friday, January 22nd,
Okay.
of this year through Saturday, January 23rd.
Okay.
At 8:30 a.m.
Okay.
So it'll run a full 24 hours. The locations won't be available 24 hours for the count, but during their normal business hours.
Right, they'll do it.
People can go
All right,
in.
so Mountain Home will be one location.
Yeah, we've got Mountain Home, we've got the Salvation Army, which is in Mountain Home, then Marion County. We've also got the Flippin City Hall at 239 East Main Street in Flippin, Arkansas. Our contact point at that location is going to be Connie Davenport, and we'll have her information and other people's phone numbers as well as mine listed on our Facebook page, Pit Count of North Central Arkansas. Then we've also got Boone County. We're going to have it at the House of Hope,
Right.
and we've got several other locations that we're waiting on confirmation for, which we'll have updates on that on our Facebook page as well as some future marketing with the Harrison Daily Times.
Okay. And then any other counties?
We just have the 4 counties, Marion, Baxter, Newton, and
Now,
Boone.
where's in Newton County? Where was it?
Newton County is actually going to be at the Christian Food Room, which is in Jasper. It's at the closed retirement home. Their address will provide on future marketing.
So now, all 4 of these locations, will they be doing it at the same date, all at the
Yes,
same time?
all 4 locations
Okay.
will be Friday, January 22nd through the morning of Saturday, January 23rd,
Okay.
from 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m.
Right, and they're in their normal hours at those 4 locations.
Yes, sir.
So you're really trying to get a count on those people in those locations during that time to see who is truly in need.
Correct.
But basically, you're looking for the homeless side of it?
Yes, we are looking for people that are homeless, and the qualifiers to be counted in this
Right.
particular event are if you are living in a shelter currently at that time,
Okay.
at the particular time that the count is taken, if you are a battered woman living in a shelter, if you're living in any kind of transitional 30-day, 90-day housing, you can also be counted in this. If you are living in a car, in a tent, on the street, or in an abandoned house, you can also be considered for this count. We're not asking when we do these counts for any kind of vital information. We're not looking for Social Security numbers. We're not looking for names. We just need a count of people. And at these locations, we are also going to be providing a soup and salad lunch or brunch.
Okay.
And then we're also going to be we're not confirmed on this just yet, but we're going to try to give out a gift bag to each of the people that come to be counted that has toiletry items such as deodorant, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, things of that nature.
You know, I've noticed, Travis, in other interviews that we've had, and as I mentioned, there's really some great organizations that are out there on a daily basis trying to help feed the needy people, clothe them, find housing for them, and there's numerous interlocks of organizations. And of course, when it comes to the kids themselves, particularly the young kids up through the 12th grade in high school, I know a lot of these organizations work very closely with the counselors and
Yes.
and with the school personnel to see, because the thing about it is, most of these people out there didn't get there because they wanted to get there.
Right.
Something happened. And many of them have, just because you're down in the dumps, you don't have the money right now, or maybe you don't have a place to live, or don't have an automobile, doesn't mean you don't have self-esteem. So you got to be real careful with
Oh, yes.
helping these people, because they still want to feel like they can do things on their own in most instances. Now, there's always exceptions to the rule, but in that particular case, what if you had a situation? Of course, this time of the year, you never know. We've had a little cold weather, had great weather. If you have a bad day weather-wise where people can't get in, you're going to back it up with a different date?
Yes, sir. In case of an ice storm or snow that may come about,
Right.
we have had some pretty nice weather up to
Yes.
this point. As you were saying earlier, it was 62 on Friday, and then we've got 17 degrees
today,
over the
yeah.
weekend. But our backup date for this is going to be Friday, January 29th at 8:30 a.m. to January 30th, which is Saturday, the following day at 8:30
So you
a.m.
just push it a week later.
Yes, sir. We're
If
gonna
something
push it
happens.
1 week
Hopefully
forward.
that won't happen. We hope we have continue. Looks like the trend right now is going to be warming up a little in the 40s, low 50s, about normal for this time of the year. If you are interested, somebody out there that's watching our show today was interested in being a volunteer for the PIT program, who would they contact, correct?
Well, there's myself, Travis Ray Turner. I'm a realtor at the Harrison Land Office here in Harrison, Arkansas. My number is 870-688-9791. There's also Melinda Hewlett. I believe Dennis here has her number.
Yeah, 501-680-9318.
Correct.
Is Melinda's number.
And then we've also got a Facebook page that we've established, PIT. Count of North Central Arkansas, all spelled out except for the PIT. It's just PIT Count of North Central Arkansas.
Okay, so they can get on there too and find out about the event and so forth. And then of course we're going to run this show for a week. And when you called me the other day, I said, well, the timing is good because you even need to give people a couple, 2 or 3 weeks notice. So this show will run twice a day through next Monday. We do another show, but that'll and then we'll put it on our webpage. And
well, we appreciate y'all allowing us to get on here.
Get you there. A little bit of the Continuum, Hope Continuum. Some people kind of get it a little bit confused with the House of Hope.
Correct.
Now, is there an interlock there?
There is.
Maybe talk about that just a
yes, sir.
We've got a few minutes left.
The Continuum of Care, it is actually a nonprofit organization that is set up. There's many of them throughout the state of Arkansas. Our particular continuum, the Hope Continuum, is over the 4 counties, Baxter, Marion, Boone, and Newton counties. The House of Hope, its 501c3 actually is able to operate under the Continuum of Care. Hope Continuum. So they're actually an organization that works under the Hope Continuum.
Okay.
And there's many other branches of the Continuum of Care, the Hope Continuum, that are operated under it. For instance, there's 2 or 3 other projects that I'm working on to help, with any luck, to end homelessness in the surrounding areas. One in particular is the Hope Cottages that we're hoping to start up here in Harrison. It's going to be a 90-day transitional housing facility for women with their children that find themselves homeless. With that particular organization, we are planning to do it all without government funding, do it through community funding, through the churches, and bringing the different churches of the community together in unity to help assist these women and not only provide spiritual guidance but also financial education, cooking education, all the pieces that we need in life to be successful.
Yeah. You know, Travis, if you think about it, it's kind of like a wheel. There's a lot of spokes on the wheel. And a lot of them all go back to the center, which is, again, to help the homeless and those in need of food and shelter and clothing and whatever. But it's difficult sometimes for those people out there that need help to be in contact with those entities. Because you got to realize if they're homeless, they don't have television, probably don't have a radio, they can't buy a newspaper, don't have a cell phone where they can get on Facebook. So getting the message out to them is a very difficult situation, and you've almost got to do it through, hopefully, like a House of Hope that we have here in Harrison, the churches, the soup kitchens and stuff, so that they can talk about, with those people, what PIT's doing, and
Word
the importance
of mouth is the most vital tool that we have,
especially to those individuals that unfortunately don't have the communications tools that maybe you and I would have. They don't have a cell phone or a television or.
Well, even in 2016, I don't actually have cable television in my home. I have seen your particular show.
Well, you can watch us off the air free.
I have my little antenna deal, and if I decide I need some television, well, there it is.
There it is. That's good.
But even in my situation, I rely on Facebook to get a lot of information as well as the internet. I'll go through and check out CNN and weather.com, just find out what's going on in the world.
Travis, thank you for calling me. I appreciate you calling us here at the station and telling us about the PIT program. If you'd like more information, contact Travis. You can go on their Facebook page, as he mentioned. And this is a great way to kind of see what our needs are. It's a gathering, if you will, in 4 counties. Baxter, Boone, Marion, Newton counties. It's going to happen in all 4 counties at the locations he mentioned, and you can again find out on Facebook or listen to our show. In January 22nd, 23rd is the dates for those, and it's very important to know what the needs are in our community. If you'd like to volunteer, contact Travis, and I'm sure they'd be happy to have you. Travis, thanks again. Good luck.
So much,
good luck
Dennis.
to you in the program, and hopefully we'll get a better handle as we move forward with this program. Thank you so much.
We look forward to it.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to have a lady here that's going to talk about another very important program. It has been going for a while, but it has to do with helping people on Connection.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison is a Health Mart town. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the square downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Technology is a living thing. It listens to us.
How may I help you?
It shows us the way. It expands our minds and gives us vision where once we had none. This is how civilization moves forward. This
is how we get coffee.
The 2016 Corolla. Technology on a whole other level.
Right now, get $1,000 customer cash, or qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a stylish new 2016 Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the show today. For the second half of our show, we're going to talk with Jeannie King about Children's Charity Ministry. And a lot of people may or may not know what it is, but we sure appreciate, Jeannie, you coming in and being on our show today. And they kind of threw you out in the wolves, so to speak. I was actually in the show and talking to, or in your shop, I should say, and talking to Cindy Martin, and I said, Cindy, I know you guys are doing a lot of stuff. We hadn't had you on the show in a couple of years or maybe longer. And she said, I probably shouldn't be on there. I said, but she said, I know exactly who the person is. So she picked you. She said, you do a good job. You spoke with other organizations and stuff. Let's talk a little bit. What does CCM? I guess that's Children's Charity Ministries. I already said that ministry. And what exactly do they do? Just give us a little for those people that may not know. I mean, you've been around for quite a while, but
yes. And first, thank you for having
You're
me
quite
here.
welcome.
Our main interest, concern is the children at every location, and we do the backpack program.
Okay. You do the backpack program.
We're doing it in 9 counties right now.
Okay.
We don't do all of the schools. We may only do like 2 or 3 weeks for one school. We may do the whole month. We may only pick up a week for the school, just depending on their needs.
Okay.
We also have a prom program where the girls can come into our store and pick out a dress.
Nice.
For the prom, and the guys, we are with a company here in town, and we pay half of the tuxedo. We try to get sponsors for the other half.
Gotcha.
We have the hygiene program. It's the JAs are now doing the backpack program with school supplies. At the beginning of school, we hand out hygiene to each person that gets a backpack.
Okay.
We also have a Christmas program where we do the children, and this year they tripled. I believe we were one of very few that done Christmas for children this year, and so we had about 150 children.
Wow. Now, where did you have your Christmas program this year? Do you have it different places, or?
Well, we just have a tree at our store.
Okay.
People come in and fill out a little paper, and I hang little ornaments on the tree with their information, and the community comes in and takes a name, or not a name, no names are on it, a number,
okay.
And they bring the gift back, and then we distribute it out to
that. So there's no names, so everybody's kept confidential.
Nobody knows anything.
I mentioned that when Travis, in the first part of our show, these people still have dignity. I mean, you know, they may be in a situation where they lost their job of a layoff, they got sick, they got hurt, maybe just couldn't find a sufficient job. There's a lot of different reasons people get in situations, and of course the children are right there and they're in the same situation. I'm assuming you work very closely with the schools around the area to know these kids, which kids need to be in this program.
Very, very closely, and we do not know those children.
Right.
Some people think we do, but we do not. The school counselor, nurse, principal, whoever, will give us a count of how many children need help.
Okay.
And we take the bags to the schools. The counselor, nurse, whoever, hands them out. So we never see them other than when delivering. Sometimes the children will see us and they get very excited seeing that.
That's fantastic.
And what we do is we put 4 meals and 4 snacks in every bag for the weekend for the children.
I started to say, if you're out there in the viewing audience, you don't understand what they're doing here. They're taking up where the school system has left off. In other words, 5 days a week, these children are getting meals under the federal program and state-funded program at the school free of charge if they fall into that category. But when they leave there on Friday afternoon, you got Saturday and Sunday, and if there happens to be a holiday on Monday or something, they may be in dire need of sufficient food through that weekend period or extended weekend period. And that's really where Children's Charity Ministry comes in. It's taking over after the school let's go, so to speak, on Friday, isn't it?
Yes,
that's good. It's making sure they get a meal for 7 days a week.
And we have so many hungry children here in this
it's sad.
area.
It's really
Yes,
a
it
sad
is.
situation. You know, and we've got so many good programs. I mean, we've had individuals from different programs come on our show, and during the holiday season, everybody is. We happen to live in a very giving area.
Yes, we
I mean, we're not there's not tremendous wealth here. Some people do have more than others, but I mean, the people here are really share a lot of their wealth, whatever it may be, small or large, with other people. So we're very fortunate to live here.
Very giving people.
How did you get started? I guess did I put you on the spot? Was it a church-backed program to start with?
No, sir. Our
Okay.
former director started it in her basement in 2009.
That's right. I remember that.
Kendra Conway.
Yes, Kendra. She actually,
Yes.
I have her name on this form. I think she actually came in right after she got started. That was back in 2009.
2009.
Okay.
And then seeing that there was such a great need and she needed other finances, there was no way she could do it all.
Right.
So she opened a thrift store in 2011, and then our location where we're at now opened in 2012.
Yeah.
I started with them 3.5 years ago after I retired from FedEx
Very good. Didn't get volunteering your time.
as a volunteer.
Yeah. So do you get any, I mean, I know you probably do get donations somewhat, but is most of your funding come through the thrift store? Are you able to generate enough funds to do the program through that?
A lot of our funds are through the store. We do have some donations from
Sure.
the community is wonderful.
Sure. That's
We
what
have
we-
some churches and
Companies,
other
I'm sure.
companies that donate, but our store has been just wonderful. We may get low, but God has always provided for us. We also have an emergency pantry that we use. If we have the food, we give out to people that are in need that have a problem for some reason or another, like you said, maybe lost their job or whatever.
Sure.
But we try to answer every need that we can. Any school can call us and need something, a new pair of shoes for a child, a pair of pants or an outfit or whatever, and we will provide it. It may take us a day or two, but we will provide whatever they need.
That's good. So you're kind of on call all the time from these schools.
Well, Cindy is.
Well, Cindy is, yeah. But I mean, that's good. I mean, that's very. It's do you? I'm sure you, like Cindy is the director. She's a paid position, I'm sure. Do you have to pay? I'm sure not everybody can volunteer. So
We have one other paid position
Okay.
at the moment, and everybody else is volunteers,
Right.
and we always need volunteers either to sack the lunches or sort the items to go out on the floor. There's just so many
Always something to
things,
do, yeah.
something to do. Several community organizations or churches. FedEx has been wonderful. They come in and help SAC. They do food drives for us, and some of the banks, which we appreciate every single thing that we get from.
That's fantastic. Well, you've come a long way since 2009.
Yes, we have.
That's a long way. You know, I was in your store when I was talking to Cindy the other day and asked her about coming in and being on the show, and she said, well, you know, I'm not really good at speaking, but I know the person that can come in, knows the history of it. But if you've never been to the thrift shop for the Children's Charity Ministry, please go out there. They're in the Jonas Shopping Center, easy to find. They'll be on the east side, down on the east side there. And they have some great products. They'll have furniture items sometimes. They'll have, you name it, personal care items, lots of clothing, good clean clothing. It's a nice store, well kept. Go in, and if you've got something you don't need that's in good shape, you know, how many people buy clothing or they get it for Christmas that we just ended? They put it in their closet because they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. I've done this many times. Still got the tag on it, maybe not the total price, but tag for where it come from, and you never put it on. They could use that kind of product, and it'll go for a good cause. It'll generate cash, and it'll feed some child out there that perhaps could go hungry over the weekend so go in. You do have a nice store, by the way.
Thank you.
And well done. Let's see. You talked about how many meals do you serve? I was going to ask you that.
Right now we are giving out 9,488 meals plus 9,488 snacks a month.
A month?
A month for
Oh
a
my
total
gosh.
of 18,976.
Every month?
Every month.
That's a lot of meals.
People just doesn't stop and think about.
Wow. Well, you're covering 9 counties. Though.
We're covering
that's
9 counties.
That's a lot of
and-
school. I know you don't cover every school, but you cover a lot of schools. There's a lot of schools in 9 counties.
Yes, there is.
That's huge. Man, I didn't realize you put out so many. Now, your meals obviously have to be non-perishable
Yes, sir.
food, right? Would you be better off if people wanted to help out, to let them donate the money, or would they be able to bring kind of food in that you need, or what's the easiest way to do it?
They can bring it in some like to shop on their own, and that's great.
So give me a few examples. We got about 2 or 3 minutes left. I mean, what would you use?
Single servings of,
Okay.
that is non-perishable, like mac and cheese,
Okay.
beanie weenies, Roman noodles.
Okay.
The single serving of cereal,
Oh, okay.
oatmeal.
Cereal, little cereal boxes that they can buy in the packs, and
Yes, sir.
anything like that. Okay.
Fruit chews, granola bars,
Sure.
little cups of pudding or the little cups
Yep.
of fruit.
Anything doesn't have to be refrigerated, obviously.
And-
There's a lot of things you can.
Oh, yeah,
you can-
peanut butter crackers,
Yep.
cheese and crackers. There's
Very
just
good.
so many.
Well, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, you think about snack items, or you can go to the grocery store, or you can go to one of the other stores here in town and get a really great. You could buy a lot of stuff for $20 of snack items and take it out there, and boy, it would do wonders with the program that if you're feeding that many children, that's a tremendous number of children. We got about a minute left. Did we cover everything? Did I miss anything that you needed to say?
Well, our location is 1405 North Main, between Jasmine and Leonardo's Pizza.
Right, in the Jonas Shopping Center here in Harrison.
And our phone number is 870-704-8030. And we appreciate any and everything. If you can come and volunteer for an hour or two, that's wonderful.
That'd be great.
You're not pinned down to the time that you have to be there.
That's fantastic. Jean, thank you for your hard work and obviously all the time that you've put in over the years that you've been a part of this. And thanks for coming in today, because we forget about some of these things sometimes. Like I say, I think I actually interviewed Kendra Conway in 2009 after she'd started it, and here we are into 2016. And so I happened to think about you the other day when I was out there for some other reason, and I thought, oh man, I've got to get them in and talk about it. Great job. Y'all keep up the good work.
Okay.
And all those people out there, I'm sure, say thank you for what you're doing for those
And
children.
we thank the community so much, and praise God takes care of everything.
He does. Thank you so much.
Thank you
coming
for
in.
having me.
Appreciate it. Don't forget Children's Charity Ministries right here in Harrison. There are thrift shops in the Onus Shopping Center. Take stuff out there, give them money, help out, volunteer, do whatever you can. It goes for a great cause. You're feeding children that might not have any food out there. Thanks for joining us on the Connection Show today. We hope you got good information from our show. We'll see you again next time.
Local television worth watching. KTKO Channel 8, Harrison.